So I've met a lot of volunteers in my career who start off saying, and I don't want to do any asking for money. I don't want to have anything to do with fundraising. I've met people who say, oh gosh, I would never be good at that job. I have no skills in that area. And lo and behold, they're the one that brings in, the $150,000 gift. And so that at the end of the day, everyday ordinary people are the reason that the world goes round. And my job is to give them the tools to feel at ease and to be themselves so that they can just do what they would do normally. They're already great people, they already care, or why would they even be on the board, or why would they even be volunteering, or why would they already be donating? They already understand in their heart and soul what it's all about. They're not wordy, they're not fancy necessarily, but they can sit down with another donor, prospect, somebody that might be interested in giving, and they can say in simple, straightforward terms what a staff person really can't. This is what I'm doing, this is why I'm involved, this is why it makes a difference in my life. That's all I can tell you. I really can't say more than the fact that I've decided to make a $100,000, $1 million gift to this organization, or a $500 gift to this organization because of my own life and my story, and this hits the spot for me. They might tell a story about their life, they might not, but I've seen it time and time again where a great volunteer fundraiser is not necessarily a used car salesman. not to disparage used car salesmen, but it's not sales. It is not sales. It is simply a sharing, a powerful sharing, sometimes accompanied by a story. And the fundraiser's role is to put that volunteer at ease, to provide the tools. Sometimes it's video stories, sometimes it's having written materials, and that person can go in there thinking, oh good, I've got a brochure, or I've got a video. At the end of the day, it's all sort of props. The person is what makes the difference. It's that person making that ask. It's not the video making the ask, it's not the brochure. It's the human being sitting down across from that other human being and saying, will you? It would really help us. What do you think?
The first time I sat down to ask for money in my role as a volunteer, I was doing those deep breaths and having to remember, talk about mission and things, and she, it was a woman I had known for a long time. She leaned forward and she patted my hand and she said, calm down, you're doing the hard work. I'm doing the easy work. It's called writing a check, but you're doing the hard work. And I thought that calmed me down. We ended up talking about the case and the campaign, and she gave 5 times as much as I was going to ask her for, because it was the power of a passion. I could not stop talking about the organization once she calmed me down and had me put money aside. So I think the strength of being a professional fundraiser definitely transcends to my role as a volunteer fundraiser right now. And I've sent my husband to fundraising trainings. He's gone to many of them. He's gone to 4-day major gift conferences, things, to really understand the profession better and how best to present it in his volunteer role.
If I were to look at the type of question I would ask one of our donors to really kind of get them to open up, I think the one focus I always have is to always put out open-ended questions to start with. I mean, that's always the most important part. Is you should really be spending a small portion of your time talking as a development professional. You should be really spending most of your time listening. One of the things that I like to ask individuals is, what was your concept of philanthropy? I always tell my story first about, what got me into making my first gift and why I volunteered first, in high school and continued to volunteer. I always start off with my own personal story, and then I transition it over into asking them about, what got you started in volunteering, what got you started in contributing in the community, and what is it that drives you, and what is it that motivates you to give to an organization. That's when you're actually at that point where you're actually talking about contributions and financial kind of support for an organization. There's a lot of opportunities just to learn about the individuals. Simple things like, where'd you grow up? Where did you go to school? Why are you in the job that you're in now? What got you to that point? Those are all kind of the preliminary kind of warm-up questions before you start getting into the more, why is it that you're willing to sit down with me and learn about my particular organization, and what's motivating you as an individual to want to volunteer for our agency or supporting our organization financially.
One of the things that blows me away, maybe not more than getting the gift, is watching people who said, "Oh, I could never do that," grow. I mean, I just can't say enough about the amazing people that I get to be around and the sense of intimacy that I get to have with them, that they said, "Please don't make me do this," or they said, "How do I do this?" or "How? Show me how." And they allowed me to help them, and then they went in and they did their simple, straightforward communication with the donor, and they were successful. And these aren't proud people. These are just again ordinary people who make amazing and extraordinary things happen. And I just feel privileged to get to be around those people and to know them, and usually we're friends for life after that.